The summer? Y'all ain't coming back till the summer? Tommy, was this your idea? I might be busy in the summer, real talk, okay? And Dianna, what's going on, baby? Is everything okay? Let's talk about it.
Roxiie says we're gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Roxiie with Roxiie Says, and we're going to talk about it. Today, we are reviewing Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 6. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this episode, so let's get right into it. But before we do, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you're made aware every time I post a new video. All right, y'all. So we pick up right where we left off. We got Sahara, Rocky, and Coley in the bottom three. And the ladies who the fellas felt were not ready to love were none other than Rocky and Coley. Now, y'all already know that Coley irritated me since she first came on my screen, talking about she didn't know what snow was until she came to Philly. I don't know if being ditzy was an act or if she thought it was cute or something, or if she's really like that. I don't know. But that, in addition to trying to kiss Eddie at the block party when he clearly didn't want it, girl, bye. Bye. See you later. Because if Eddie did that to her, it would have been a problem, right? Yes, it would. But Coley, she did take it well, okay? She didn't act like True at the... She didn't do what True did, thankfully, okay? She bowed out gracefully, and she says that she's thankful for the experience, but she's going to find a man who appreciates what she has to offer. Love that for Coley. Bye, okay? As for Rocky, I am sad about Rocky leaving because I liked her attitude in the last episode. She seems like she's really chill and she's open to learning and growing, so I kind of wanted to see her stay, but I get it, okay? The guys just aren't feeling her like that. But she handles it well, too. She acknowledges that she has a couple of things that she can change, but she is happy for the experience. So now we get to Cam and Sahara. And Cam tells her that she is ready to love. Baby Sahara is like, okay, thank you. Like, thank you. She is completely over it. And in her confessional, she says that she's tired of hearing the same thing every single week. Mind you, this is not her first time in the bottom two. So her and Cam, they get into it a little bit because he feels like she's taking her frustration out on him, and she's trying to explain to him that it's not about him. She just doesn't want to be there anymore. And I get where she's coming from because we can see that Sahara isn't about to change or put on a front for any of these guys to accept her, okay? So if they're clearly not feeling her personality, why stay? What's the point? But obviously Cam wants her to stay because he's feeling her. But in his confessional, he says that she doesn't take feedback well, and she doesn't. She doesn't, but she would literally have to change her entire personality for the other guys here to like her. So she's over it, and I get it. So Cam, if you want her to stay, now would have been the time to tell her, you know, like how Jay told Kiara at the roller rink in the last episode, look, I'm feeling you, okay? Forget what these other dudes are talking about. I'm feeling you. I want to be with you. I want to build on our connection. Can you stay here and do that with me? That's what he should have said. But Cam feels like if she's not listening to him now, how is she going to listen in the future? And you know, Cam, he needs his woman to be feminine in order for him to be able to be masculine. Okay, we already spoke about that. But he tells her that she's alienating the only person who is fighting for her. And that is true, okay? Because Cam was in there really fighting for Sahara against Fritz. But I'm like, Cam and Sahara, I do like them together. They crack me up as a couple, so I'm willing to see a little bit more of them together, and I'm willing to watch them grow, okay? So the ladies are in control this week, and in the vault, Tommy tells them that their mission for the week is to explore with the guy who they see as their second option, okay? So, child, we see Dianna. She sets up a little horseback riding date with Hussein, and she says that although Khalil is her top connection, Hussein caught her with the height. And I'm like, anything else? Just the height? Okay, cool. So after they do their little ride, they speak on deal breakers, and Hussein says that his deal breaker is someone who is selfish in a relationship, and Dianna says that hers is a bad communicator who is reluctant to share information with her. And then, baby, out of absolutely nowhere, Dianna tells Hussein that she thinks that he's the type who isn't great at communicating, and if he has something on his mind, he'll sit there with it before saying it right away. Now, listen, I get that vibe too, and I feel like it's just because of his demeanor. He's a quiet guy, so I feel like with Hussein, you kind of gonna have to dig a little bit to get him to open up. But I also feel like Dianna could have said that in a way less accusatory way, because she stated it as if it was fact, as opposed to just asking the man how he normally handles conflict and how he prefers to communicate, right? And in his confessional, Hussein says that he felt attacked, and I understand. So when Dianna says that she doesn't communicate every day because when she's at work, she's just in the zone, Hussein says, well, that sounds like work is your relationship because you should be able to have somewhat of a healthy balance. And Dianna admits that work is her first priority. And she wants that in her man too, because it's not like she works in an office and she could just be on the phone all day. Now, baby, I have worked in an office. Nowhere in hell was I able to just sit on the phone all day. Okay, Dianna, you think that if people are in an office and they're not fighting fires, that they just sitting on the phone like, hey, girl, what's up? What you doing? Nothing. Ain't shit. I'm just here at work. No, girl, people be working. Like, what? And Hussein is just trying to tell her that in any relationship, you have to prioritize and consider your partner as well. And I definitely don't get the impression that Hussein wants to be sitting on the phone all day. I feel like he's talking about a little check-in. Hey, baby, how's your day going? How was lunch? Just a little touch so that they know that you're thinking about them. They like that stuff. All right. And Dianna's like, no, do your job. And I'm like, girl, Dianna, girl, what's going on? And she's saying this, but I highly doubt that if Dianna was in a relationship and her man didn't call her all day, I don't think that she would like that. I don't think that she would like that at all. Okay. But in her confessional, she says that she didn't like how her conversation with Hussein went. And she was wishing that she could just get up and gallop off. Okay. And clearly Hussein was feeling the same way because he told her straight up, yeah, I don't think we're compatible. I don't. And I said, period, Hussein, because what was that? What was that? Dianna, what is going on? First, you told Cam that he was too short, which I felt was unnecessary. And I don't even like Cam like that. I do not. What's up, Cam? I saw you in the comments last week. Thanks for the love. Still not feeling you just yet. Okay. Bruh. And now you're doing a lot in this conversation with Hussein. And you said that Khalil is your number one. Let me tell you something. Y'all already know how I feel about Khalil. Don't go talking to Khalil crazy. Don't go talking to Khalil crazy, okay? Because he is very nice. Khalil is very nice. He has a similar personality, in my opinion, to Hussein. They're both really chill, okay? They don't need all of that, what you were giving. They don't need all of that. They're very pleasant. You see the energy that you have? Save that for Nasim, okay? Save that for Cisco, for Cam, for Fritz. Okay, those dudes, they're going to go back and forth with you. The verdict is still out for me on Eddie and Jay, but from what I've seen so far, Hussein and Khalil, you don't got to do all of that. Honestly, Hussein and Khalil are my two favorite guys right now. Don't piss me off, y'all. Don't embarrass me, okay? Because I will take it personally. So next we see Taye. She invites Nasim to her place for a date. And I'm like, why is Nasim still here? How? Who, what, where, when, and how? Anyway, he says that although he's cool with Cisco, he doesn't feel bad for dating Taye because they don't know each other, and they don't. Yeah, you shouldn't feel bad. So Taye tells him that she was taken aback by the amount of kids that he has until she realized that he's an amazing father. I wish that we got some background info on how she came to that realization, because it better be something more than just a couple of pictures on Instagram. How do you know that he's an amazing father, Taye? Because he took them to school. Anyway, don't get me started. He's probably a great father. I just want to know how Taye came to that conclusion, okay? So she tells him that she feels the connection, and Nasim tells her that he's attracted to her, and he sees himself with her, and they share a hug and a laugh. So, child, they play a little card game, and then they're sitting on the couch, and Nasim is rubbing on them feet, okay? Because we know that he loves those feet. We saw it from the very first episode. So they both enjoy the date, and they agree that there is a mutual chemistry there. And I'm like, okay, hold on, Taye, because you know you my favorite. You know you my favorite, but what you not gonna tell me is that out of everybody, your top two picks are the guy who's renting a room and has no car, and the other guy has 5 kids and 3 baby mamas. I know that's Taye just playing, y'all. Taye just playing. She just playing, okay? Next, we see Shanice. She's on a date with Cisco, and she says that Fritz is her top connection. We saw them kiss at the block party, okay? And I'm like, well, girl, look for another connection because he's poly. He wants to be poly, all right? Did y'all see what Shanice had on? Girl, no. Anyway, they're doing body painting, and there's a whole lot of nudity, okay? She had on absolutely nothing underneath that robe, and she welcomes Cisco to paint her tatas and all of that, okay? She says that she's comfortable with her body, she's a nudist, and she owns body positivity, and she doesn't wear much clothes when she's at home either. And I feel like this date could have waited until further down the line. Like, girl, why are you butt naked in front of this man on y'all first date together? No, y'all could have went to an arcade. Y'all could have done a little picnic, something cute and simple. And Shanice says that she doesn't know how the other women will feel about the date, but this activity made her feel deeply connected to Francisco. And I'm like, did y'all deeply connect on his living situation? Did y'all discuss that? Okay, I'm really interested to hear how she feels about it because remember, she has worked so hard because she's been homeless before, and we know that she don't want to go back to that. Now, that isn't Francisco's situation, but I would assume that stability is very important to her, okay? So, child, we'll see how that goes. Next, we see Rose and Hussein, and she says that Cam is her strongest connection. Well, girl, you aren't his. You aren't his because remember at that block party when you were all up on him, he was busy looking at Sahara, okay? So let's hope things go well for you and Hussein. So in Hussein's confessional, he says that over the week, they've been having a nice little text conversation. So he's actually excited for the date. We see Hussein open up and he lets Rose know that from the age of 13 to college, he spent a lot of time in a group home and it left him with feelings of abandonment. And now knowing that information makes a whole lot of sense as to why he comes off as very quiet and reserved. But he says that he's constantly learning and that experience taught him that people make mistakes and he's also learned forgiveness. So Rose tells him that she was in foster care until she was 11 years old, and when her parents got themselves together, they came back and got her and her siblings. And she loves that they were both able to be so vulnerable with each other, and him telling her about his childhood makes her want to love on him more. And I'm like, okay, girl, I get that, but don't y'all go bonding over no trauma, okay? So everything is going well, and they discuss having their own children. Rose says that she's had a couple of miscarriages, so she wants to know if Hussein is open to adoption. And he says that he is completely open to it because of what he went through as a child. So we know that Rose loves that answer, but we're going to see her act a fool in just a little bit. So next we see Eddie and Angie. They're on a date, and she says that she just really enjoys spending time with Eddie. So we see that he brought her a journal as a gift because he remembered that she said that she likes to journal. And I did forget earlier, Nasim brought Taye some flowers when he came to her house. Okay, so that was very nice. Good for you, Nasim. So Eddie says that he loves Angie as a mother because he sees how seriously she takes it. And of course, Angie loves to hear that. All right, so they speak about deal breakers. And Eddie says that he doesn't deal with disrespect or fighting. And he doesn't like a woman who is not able to clean, all right? So he needs a woman who is a cleaner, he says. And Angie's like, okay, so you want your woman like cooking, cleaning, barefoot, and pregnant? And he's like, well, you know, I be real busy, so I'm not trying to put that task on you, but I feel like that's a woman's job. And I said, oh, okay, Eddie, okay. So that's a woman's job because you're busy at work. So are you saying that you're going to work and make all the money and your woman doesn't need to work because you understand that she's going to be home cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids? Or are you one of those guys who pick and choose the parts of the traditional wife that you want? Because we know that some guys are looking for a traditional woman on a budget, meaning they want the homemaking part, but they need her to still pay half of the bills. Is that the type of time you on? Because you actually can't afford to be a traditional husband? Clock it. Which one are you, Eddie? I'm just curious, okay? And in Angie's confessional, she says that it sounds like Eddie wants a mom. Then Angie says that she's cool with all of her exes and she has a best friend where they had tried to be intimate in the past, but it just didn't work. And Eddie says, it would be an issue for me because there still might be a connection there. And he feels like the communication would have to be completely cut. See, I think that it's fine to be cordial with an ex. If y'all run into each other somewhere, y'all see each other at the supermarket. Oh, hey, how you doing? Okay, good. Have a good day. Okay. But best friend? No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Because we all know that when things get rough in your relationship, okay, your homeboy or your homegirl, they might be right there. Call it what you want. I'm not feeling it either. And in Angie's confessional, she says that her bestie ain't going nowhere. Okay, girl, so keep your bestie. Keep your best friend and y'all can run off into the sunset together. But in her confessional, she says that this connection is now a no for her. And it seems like the feeling is mutual, all right? So next we see Rose. She goes on a date with Fritz. Yeah, all right. So they go-karting. Y'all know, if y'all watch my reviews on other shows, y'all know I love go-karting. I love go-karting, okay? And he brings her a plant as a gift, and he says that the plant is low maintenance, just like him. Boy, whatever. So after she beats him in the race, she poses the same question to Fritz that she gave to Hussein. Are you open to adoption? And Fritz offers what I thought was a good compromise. And he says, well, with the advancement in medicine today, we can try a surrogate. And she's like, no, nuh-uh, I don't want anyone else carrying my child. I would rather adopt. And Fritz says, okay, well, that wouldn't suffice my needs of wanting to procreate. Right, girl, he wants his own damn child with his DNA. I would think that a surrogate would be a great way for y'all to both have a child that is biologically yours. It's a In my opinion, that's a good compromise, but Rose clearly hates the idea. And in Fritz's confessional, he says, well, if I'm willing to be a stepdad to her child, I don't understand why she wouldn't compromise on that. And it's concerning for him. And I would be concerned too, honestly. But she says that it's a different type of bond when you carry a child. And I'm like, okay, so Rose, do you think that you'll have a stronger bond with the child who you adopt as opposed to a child who is biologically yours? Or do you feel like said child would be more connected to the surrogate mother than to you because you didn't carry that child? I don't understand, because the child will only know you. She's acting like the child is hooked up to like a damn Wi-Fi connection and is going to magically connect to its surrogate mother. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it doesn't need to make sense to me because, baby, it ain't my situation. It ain't my situation, okay? So Rose is in her confessional like, we are not compatible. We are not compatible. That is not happening. I was like, okay, girl, Rose, I was feeling you. Now it's giving a little cuckoo. It really is, okay? So next we see Cisco and Taye. They're out on a date, and he says that he feels a little guilty after having such an intimate date with Shanice, and he wasn't sure if he should tell Taye about it or not, all right? What y'all think he gonna do? Y'all think he gonna tell her? Of course not. So Taye apologizes to him for being distant at the block party, but she says that she's concerned about how the future would look for them because of his living situation. And he says that this is a journey, and he knows that she likes to travel and she likes to go out, so he's gonna do whatever he needs to do to match her energy. And I'm sitting there like, okay, but why aren't you already doing this? Why aren't you already doing it? If you know what you have to do to be able to travel and to go out all on your own, why aren't you already doing it? Tay, let's think, okay? Because that would mean that either one, Cisco is lazy, or two, he literally can't do it unless he has a woman's help. Neither of those are good. Neither of those are good. So she asks him if he wants marriage. And of course he says yes, but he says that he wants to be able to provide for her. And once he has support, it just makes him go even harder. Red motherfucking flag. Red flag. In so many words, Cisco is saying that he is not a self-starter. He lacks ambition. If you're not there pushing him, he just ain't gonna go, okay? But Taye isn't hearing that. Clearly, she's hearing something else. And she tells Cisco that her father left when she was just a child. And because of it, she's always had a fear of abandonment. And she wonders if Cisco will leave her when he's on his feet. Most likely. Most likely, because Taye, think about it. If he got you when he only had a room and no car, when he upgrades his circumstances, he's going to feel like, well, damn, I need to upgrade my girl too. Because Taye, you're going to be the girl who he was able to get when he ain't have shit. So when things change, Cisco going to be like, well, I want to see what my options looking like. I got me a car now. I got my own place. All right. I was just on this little show. I got a little bit of clout. Got some people in my DMs. I might do a little Tubi movie. I'm up, bitch. Okay. I'm up. But I don't know. Maybe Cisco is different. Who knows? We'll see. So Taye says that her relationship with her dad is better now, but because of her experience, she now tries to leave people before they can leave her, and she knows that that's something that she's going to have to work on, all right? Cisco says that he's only met his dad twice, and he had wanted to reach back out to him when he was 27 years old, but he learned that his father had passed away. So Taye tells Cisco that she wants to focus on strengthening their relationship, and he doesn't say it back, but he pulls her in for a little kiss. Baby, after that kiss, Taye should have been like, all right, and what about you? What about you? I wish that she tried to get some type of confirmation from him as well. But baby, it looked like Taye already fallen in love, and I absolutely hate that for her, all right? So now the ladies are in the vault with Tony. Who is Tony? With Tommy. Sorry, Tommy. And they're all talking about their dates. And Taye is telling them what a good time she had with Cisco. And then Shanice drops the bomb, and she tells them about her little body painting date where she was completely undressed with Cisco, and she's a nudist and this, that, and the third. And as Shanice was talking, I just wanted to see who Taye would be upset with. Would she be upset with Cisco or at Shanice, okay? And she's definitely annoyed by the situation. She takes a sip of her drink and she's like, so y'all had a date, huh? And Shanice is like, yeah, we did. And it does not sit well with her at all, okay? So we see Dianna. She says that she isn't feeling Hussein because he compared firefighting to doing paperwork. Girl, no, he didn't. No, he did not. When did he say it? Anyway, he just said that it's better to have a balance and to make an effort to prioritize reaching out to your partner during the day. Anyway, Angie, Taye, nor Sahara are feeling Eddie anymore. Angie says that it's because their desires just aren't aligned. Taye feels like he's still on his party tip. He wants to drink all the time, and he sexualizes conversations way too much. And Sahara feels like he just isn't ready for love. So when Sahara says that, Dianna says, for you. For you. Say that for you, because him and I, we have a deeper connection. Well, duh, Dianna. Obviously, everyone is talking about their own personal experiences. That should go without saying, right? So Kiara isn't feeling Fritz because she feels like he wants to be in a polyamorous relationship. And Sahara says that Fritz actually texted her to check in and make sure that he had her vote because he was talking real nice to her in person, but Cam already told her that he was talking shit about her last week in the vault, okay? And here comes Dianna again talking about, don't bring no he say, she say, keep that with you because that's not facts. Dianna, are you the damn vote police? Who are you to tell people what they're allowed to say and what they're not allowed to say? Girl, stop. So Sahara tells all the ladies that Fritz said that he just came here to play, which he definitely did say. We saw him say that. And she also lets them know that he said that he now wants to take it seriously. So Shanice is like, oh, okay, so why weren't you telling the whole story? Why weren't you telling the whole story? When I'm with him, it's always great. So I don't understand why Sahara is lying and trying to manipulate us. She's trying to get us to send home the wrong person. Sahara isn't lying, though. She isn't lying. She has actually given y'all some very valuable information about the men that y'all are interested in. She don't even like him. Now, could there be a little bit of get back in there? Definitely. Is Sahara salty because Fritz was talking shit about her? Yes, but she's not lying on Fritz, okay? Child, Dianna and Shanice, y'all can be Fritz's sister wives because clearly y'all going so hard for him already. He wants to be in a polyamorous relationship. Y'all could be there for him. There you go, Fritz. There goes your wives right there, okay? And Dianna and Shanice, they even get annoyed that Sahara mentioned the polygamy again as well. Why are y'all mad at that? Don't y'all want to be made aware of Fritz's red flags? Now, I can understand if Sahara was making shit up. Yeah, be annoyed at that. But she's not, all right? So it gets real heated in there. It gets real spicy. And Tommy tries to calm them down. And then Rose jumps in and she's like, look, I'm mad about the surrogacy thing because he said that I can use the surrogate. Girl, bye. That shit still makes no sense to me, all right? So Tommy reminds them that they're each going to have a different journey with each person. And I'm like, thank you, Tommy. I thought that went without saying, but for some reason, if you're speaking about a guy that Dianna likes, you need to add a for me at the end. For me. Girl, no. So we see Sahara and Fritz. They go out on a date. You know, Fritz is shook because things haven't been the best with him and Sahara. And she asks him about what he said about her in the vault. And he says, look, I just gave a little bit of honest feedback. But she ain't trying to hear it. She says, look, Fritz, the ladies feel like you're just telling them what they want to hear. She reminds him about the copying and pasting text messages as well as the poly situation. And he's like, oh my God, why does that keep coming up? It's going to keep coming up. Why? Send Fritz home. Anyway, he says that he doesn't want to give that impression and he apologizes to Sahara and she tells him that if he had this attitude, maybe they wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You can see that when Fritz's back is against the wall, he just gonna say whatever he needs to say. He gonna say whatever it is that he needs to say to get out of that situation, okay? So then we see Rose and Eddie. They go out on a little date. And she tells him that the ladies feel like he isn't serious and he's very flirtatious with everyone, so no one feels special. And she says that the ladies feel like he drinks a lot. But Eddie says, well, I ain't never been drunk. Listen, like I said before, Eddie has to be getting a great edit. He has to be getting an amazing edit because he doesn't seem that bad on camera. So how is Eddie's tall, fine ass in the bottom two before Nasim? The man with 5 kids and 3 baby mamas. You can't tell me that Eddie is not on that show cutting the up. There's no way, but they don't want to show it to us. I don't know why, okay? So, child, they leave us on a cliffhanger until the summertime. What is that about? That really pissed me off. I don't know why y'all going away for so long, but it is what it is. I must say that this is the first show that I watched in a long time where the women piss me off just as much, if not more than the men. And that's rare. That's rare. But these ladies in this episode today, I'm like, girl, what's going on? So we'll see what happens in the summertime. I guess they'll release the date, child. I don't know, but I'll be here. Before you leave, make sure that you hit like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you are made aware when I post my next upload. And I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye!
Roxiie says we're